Hey there Leo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This one is for August 21st to the 27th. Happy birthday if you're having your birthday this week, Leo, or happy birthday to you all because you would have had it this month. And of course we had Lionsgate really activating your full fire energy, so I love that. Before we jump into your reading, Leo, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, please do think about leaving me a comment and hitting subscribe as well. It is all engagement based here, so well, with every piece of online content these days. So if we don't get that engagement, it kind of just goes like this into the ether, into cyberspace, falls off the edge of the cliff, no one sees it, and there's not really any point doing it. So that would be wonderful. That'll keep the free readings coming. If you also like a personal reading or healing, first link down below will pop you over to my website. I've got a freebie, a free Learn Tarot quick guide, that's linked below, and that'll get you started interpreting the cards. My paid deeper dive is the initiation. That's an online course, Leo, where you'll learn a full foundation in tarot as well as my signature reading process. Now, by the end of that, you will be able to read tarot for yourself, family and friends, and even think about turning it into a side hustle. And let's face it, we could all do with earning a bit more money at the moment, because I don't know what's happening over your way, but things are crazy over here in Australia, cost of living, all that. Join me on Instagram. Daily readings, lots of content about personal shares, spiritual awakening, angel numbers, and all of that. Okay, that's out of the way now, Leo, and I'm going to be fully focusing on your reading now for the rest of the time. Don't let pride get in your way, Leo, you big lion, you. I've got full moon in Leo. Okay, what does this mean? Well, pride, right? Pride is part of the ego function, right? And yeah, it's a bit of a protection mechanism here, but what it can do is it can lead us to making decisions, like people-pleasing type decisions, right? Like, I should keep doing this because it looks good on the outside, or because it will keep others happy, or because of status, right? I should date this person because they're credible, the kind of things, or I need to live in a certain kind of house and extend myself financially, otherwise I'm going to look like a failure. Don't let pride get in your way. It is not your job to validate yourself to others or to show up in a certain way apart from your authentic truth. I'll tell you what, Leo, if I was a millionaire, which I'm not, I would just still get around in old clothes. Like, I don't really go shopping. Yeah, I groom myself for these videos and everything, but I'm a very low consumer and I'm not really into, looking fashionable, any of those kinds of things. And I do trust that that would stay the same if I was a millionaire, because I just don't care. I don't care what anyone else thinks. So, I don't know, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like moving into that zero F's kind of place. Like, just do things for you. The only thing I really care about is having a sanctuary, right? It doesn't have to be the biggest, fanciest home, but yeah, I'm wondering what it is for you. All right, Leo, let's get on with your reading. Now, I've got just the major arcana cards here. There are 22 of them. Big life lessons, big life themes. Let's see where pride might be getting in the way, whether it's, well, we'll find out, won't we? Okay, we've got the moon, yeah, and this is a bit of a shadowy energy, actually, and so it feels like, you might be creating some kind of illusion here. It's a bit of a smoke screen energy. Is it in the way you're coming across? Is somebody else doing this to you? Because I think what it's doing is blocking you from your true path. So if pride wasn't in the picture here, if you didn't have to think about, oh, I've got to be at this stage of my life earning X amount of money with a certain amount of kids, partner, home, all of the things, what would you really be doing? When we take all of that away, what is your authentic truth? Because your Leo energy is being activated right now, and that is the strength, courage, and bravery to follow the call of the heart. So what's in your heart, not everyone else's heart around you? The moon wants you to find your intuitive, authentic truth by, taking away all of that outside fluff and really, looking past false masks, fantasies, illusions, ego, pride, and all of that. All right, well, that's kind of a big theme. Let's get your cards out, Leo. So situational energy is the Hermit. Yeah, and you know what? You might actually be going through a bit of a spiritual awakening here, and that's going to strip all that away, that's for sure. That's about the time when I went through my second major awakening, where I just for about 3 years, like literally just left the house looking like a mess because I didn't care anymore. And I've slowly kind of pieced some kind of version together of both of the things, who I was before and that time. 5 of Pentacles in the challenge position. All right, what have we got in the advice? Oof, 4 of Wands. Yeah, okay. And outcome, that one's jumping. Oh gosh, yeah, you are moving through such a major energy. I do feel spiritual awakening with the Judgment, the Star, and the Hermit. There's a real energy too of maybe, you know, fear of being outcasted from groups and situations that you are in. This is a bit of an existential crisis reading, Leo, so buckle in for the ride if you want to stay on for it. Okay, I will oh gosh, it's got the bloody Tower here. Oh, okay, right. The Tower and the Hermit, I'm going to clarify as I go, Leo. I have talked quite a lot before I've gotten to this reading, so I do hope you're still with me. So the Tower and the Hermit, we have got existential crisis, we have dark night of the soul, we have spiritual awakening, we have foundations being shaken here. Now, you're being called to go through a profound change. If this hasn't already started, Leo, this might resonate for you. You've been living your life for other people, maybe, from a place of pride, people pleasing, or making decisions based on what society say you should be doing, what your parents make your parents happy, your partner happy. Okay, you kind of got to do a little bit of that, but really this is time to awaken to your truth here. Okay, that's what I sense, and the universe is literally knocking on your door. They've been sending you signs. You're probably seeing 1111. We've got that card here, and the universe will keep knocking, but oftentimes we'll sort of ignore it for a period of time, and it will knock louder. And it'll knock louder until it brings in the Tower. Now the Tower, and most of us wait for a Tower before we change, right? Before we move towards our authentic truth. Now, a Tower moment can be a betrayal, deception, a diagnosis, a catastrophic event, a change catalyst entering our life. You know, it's one of those really big situations which shakes it hard, right? It creates a forced rock bottom here. That's what I'm sensing. So I feel that something like that has happened. It also could be a spiritual awakening where this is actually happening within ourselves as a biochemical process that we can't really stop once it starts, okay? And I feel that you might be a little bit alone in that at the moment, or you're going within and trying to process what one of those situations means for you, and you know that you're looking down the barrel of like major change here. There's also this feeling in the reading of like no one really around me understands what I'm going through, and I'm going through this alone with this card. But the Hermit, and why this is happening to you, Leo, is to align you to deeper purpose, to your life plan. The Hermit's seeking the star, and that's in the reading. Got it here. So you're on the path to really significant purpose by letting go of the pride, the validation, the material items, like the keeping up appearances. This is general reading, could be any of those things. And maybe you've sort of been going along in this kind of energy of, I'll deal with it tomorrow, or, you know, I'm immortal, you know, these kind of ideas that we have until we meet the Tower, which shows us actually that's not true. And all you have is now and today. So what would you do with your time if you were really clear on that? Okay. And those of us that have had brushes with death, you know that more than anyone, okay? So, you know, if you might have had one of those experiences in the past, and, you know, that really wakes you up to this kind of thing. But I feel like you're going through a really profound experience right now. So, Leo, that's kind of what we've got as the situational energy. Now, I just want to say that the star, so let me say something about the star here, because you're actually also right on your life plan, and that might not seem very, you know, likely at the moment. And you might have overstayed a little bit in this situation, but this has come up at the right time for you because you're actually ready to take action, and we're in your month at the moment. So the thing about the star is that when I see this in the reading, it's like you're actually being realigned to your purpose, your life plan that you've agreed to go through in this life to really evolve your spirit, evolve your soul. But that process is like riding a really scary roller coaster, right? It sometimes it's weird, fun, we're going downhill, and other times it's like, you know, scary AF. And sometimes it's lonely, and sometimes it's isolating. And sometimes to go through the tower moments, we have to dismantle towers. We sometimes lose money, we sometimes leave jobs, we sometimes leave relationships, we sometimes go through health crises, and we feel like this, right? Out in the cold, like the spirit's not even here with me. Often after a spiritual awakening, there is the void, there is the dark night of the soul. It's like, okay, you were sending me all these angel numbers and signs and guiding me, and now you're just not here, right? But that is also part of the process. If you're in that at the moment, just rest in that. It will pass. It will pass. So I can see that you're at the challenges, the Five of Pentacles, that you're feeling unsupported, and maybe you are in a state of lack or loss after a tower moment that has come in to free you from this process of living for others, validating for others, people pleasing, buying into fantasies and illusions, and not being on life plan. Like, this is a huge kind of like final judgment energy. Got the Wheel of Fortune, couldn't have said it better. It's coming to shift you to significant purpose in the next part of your plan. You could have been in this last cycle for ages. Like, I've got 9 and 10 years coming through. So the Wheel of Fortune wants to expand you, expand your life and reality, but not just more of that the other you. Like, we have an ego death going on here, and that's dissolving, and the Wheel of Fortune's shifting you to significance, to living life with significance, and you will not feel lack when you move towards that. And the more in alignment with the more in alignment with spirit and with your truth, the more abundance, happiness, stability, and security you attract. But the real version, not the illusionary version. Okay, so the advice is the Four of Wands, and yeah, the advice is to let go of whatever the situation is that's keeping you in the old energy. We have liberation. The next energy on from Judgment is the World, which is about ending really big cycles, like spiritually. This is a spiritual lesson graduation. It's like karmic lesson complete, tick, you can move on, and the Wheel of Fortune can turn and you're hitching a ride with it. That's what I've got here. And you can see 1111 in that card. So if you're seeing that, this is basically the knock that's super loud, and it's trying to guide you. Yeah, I've got the Moon again. Yeah, you can see the Moon is, like I said, it can be an energy of like illusionary energy and false masks, but it's also an energy of the new path beginning to reveal. Like, we have moonlight here, but not sunlight. We've got moonlight and starlight. So at the moment you're in the dark, you're in the dark night of the soul, you're going through the darkness, but there's little punctuations of light starting to perforate that darkness. And maybe you can only see the step in front of you, Leo, but very soon the path will reveal. So just keep moving forward. It is a hidden blessing. That's what it is saying. So the Star, you're being guided. There's also divine protection here. You're on the pathway to liberation. You are graduating the spiritual lesson of not letting pride get in your way and living for others. And you might have gone through a tower moment. Oh my gosh, I love these readings. Do you know why? I talked about the starlight perforating the dark. I've got the sun now. So we've got eclipse. We've got the moon and the sun together. We get an eclipse. We get darkness that can change to light very quickly. And eclipse energy is transformational. It's huge life-changing shifts. And it also talks about a positive future and things being bright and overcoming that crisis. So that crisis that you might have gone through, you know, it's not here to destroy your life. It's here to move you. And when you've learned what you need to from it, the universe will heal it and will guide you onto the path that is towards your positive future. But where we get sustained pain in life is where we're not hearing the knock, we're not answering the door, and we're just carrying on. So the universe has to keep dropping your rock bottom and upping the ante on it, right? Because it's like, well, Leo didn't listen to the spiritual awakening where, you know, the whole identity shifted. So let's create a bigger tower moment here, right? So I've just got a beautiful energy of a bright new path and a bright future. But you're navigating the dark night of the soul, and through that there will be a lot of life changes, and you're just being asked to let it all fall away and to make your choices from a new empowered place. So Leo, that's what I have for you. It's a different kind of reading this week, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like a personal reading to tune into your specific circumstances, first link down below is where you will find that. Let me know if you have journeyed this type of spiritual awakening, and whether, you know, want some kind of guidance with that, just drop me a comment. What else? Yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, hit subscribe on your way out, please, and find me on Instagram if you want to learn more about some of these spiritual topics. I will be there. Sending you so much love, magic, and healing. Do take care, Leo. Bye for now.